You know, Superman has gotten a pretty bad rap over the past couple of years, especially in the gaming department. And I consider myself a pretty big fan when it comes to Superman, so there has to be at least a decent game somewhere in that pile of pixelated garbage. Yes, I know all about Superman 64, and I will get to that soon enough. Enter Superman for the Sega Genesis. This is a prime example of a decent Superman game, but not everybody agrees with me. So, let's just check it out. Superman! Whoa, hear that? That sounds like an actual good Superman theme song. It even sounds like a Superman theme song. Looks like we're off to a great start! At the beginning of each level, the camera pans down to Clark Kent running through a telephone booth, changing into Superman. After that, there's a newspaper from the Daily Planet that tells that somebody has gone missing and it's up to Superman to save the day. The game limited the powers of Superman to just punching and jumping, and could only use his superpowers by collecting different icons throughout the level. There is a super punch, super spin, and heat vision, and in each level you had to use at least one of these powers to advance the stage. And then at the end of each level, Superman fought one of the supervillains and then rescued the people. The controls, they're not bad. They're okay. It's simple controls, really. Just run, jump, and punch. Although, there is one thing that is weird. You can't use your superpowers constantly. You have to wait for them to recharge. Seriously, when I use a super punch on the prankster, he should have been sent flying to the moon already. The only power you can use all the time is heat vision, and that's when it's allowed on certain stages. So let's talk about the bad parts of this game. For one, it's hard as hell. I'm not joking. You only get one life and 2 continues, and once those are up, it's game over. And if you die even once, you have to start the entire level over again and hope to God you survived long enough to get to a halfway point. Speaking of which, the second level is by far the hardest part of this game. You have to get through an entire level, then beat a mini-boss, then go through another part of the level, beat Metello, who runs away, and then it just gets tougher from there. The subway train. This level is so damn hard. There is no room for error, and you can't avoid the enemies at all. I have seen and played hard before, but this is just impossible. Large spiders giving birth on subway trains, machines jumping at random spitting bombs at you. And what is this? Who is that throwing bombs at you? Well, I had to go to the manual to find out, and apparently it's Mr. Mixelpix. And he's there to torment you throughout the levels. If the game wasn't hard already, the creators throw in a villain just to torment you. Great. Just great. What really makes this level so tough is the fact that it's so damn long. And with only one life, it makes it utterly impossible to get through. That's it. I give up. I have to do it. Okay, this is where I have to admit something real fast, okay? This game is, like I said before, is very hard. Very, very hard. So yeah, I'm terribly sorry. Well, maybe that makes it a little easier for me. So, after hitting every damn enemy on the subway train and seeing how fast those damn spiders go, you face Metello and just beat him senseless. Once you've beaten Metello, then it's on to level 3. Another problem I have with this game is that it's way too short. Only 5 stages make up for this game. Usually it takes about 10 minutes for each stage, depending on how good you are. The villains aren't too exciting either. The only ones that really stand out are Metello and Brainiac. But seriously, the Prankster? Really, the creators couldn't put in Lex Luthor or the Parasite in here? What a waste. Okay, so on to the good things about this game. The graphics are very colorful and bright, and you can tell that that is definitely Superman. But the enemies are pretty generic robots and enemies, but I wasn't expecting very much in the first place. When you do get to the villains though, you can tell who they are, especially Metello and Brainiac, and I keep coming back to those two because they're one of my favorite villains of Superman. The music is the best part of this game. My favorite songs are level 2 and level 5, but hell, I think all of it's great. I love pumping this up in the morning to get my day started. This has to be the greatest soundtrack in a game that I have heard for a 16-bit game. And if you can name one game for the 16-bit era that has a comparable soundtrack, let me know. Levels 3 through 5 are about trying to save Lois Lane from Brainiac, and when you finally get to his first form, he is sitting in a machine, much like Dr. Robotnik, and shoots off powerful kryptonite beams at you. Then, in his second form, it's more of a memory game. Watch him spin around for a few seconds, keeping your eye on him, and shooting him with your heat vision. I thought punching him would be more effective, but to no avail, so just use your heat vision when he stops spinning around. After that, all that's left is to save Lois Lane and escape the ship. Congratulations, you've beaten the game. Well, what do you guys think? It's a pretty decent game, right? I think so too. I know the story's pretty lame, save a few missing people, then save Lois Lane, a typical story for Superman. And it's fairly short, right? But like I said before, that is an awesome soundtrack, and if I could purchase it, I would. All in all, Superman for the Sega Genesis is retro approved. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.